Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Dennis. If you're new to this channel, think about subscribing. Hit that like if you like it at the end. Hit that bell for future notifications. Okay, this week's video is the Logitech Performance MK850. Alright, so what are we going to use that for? We're going to use it to control these two and the third computers. So if you watched last week's video, I did an HDMI switch so I can independently control each computer. This week, in order to control those with the mouse and keyboard, if I didn't, because the HDMI switch that I have did not have that feature. Now, I did that purposely, and down the road, I may not need this again, but for now, that's what I'm going to do. So we'll get into the box, we'll have a look at it, but basically this is going to let me control each computer individually with the same mouse and same keyboard. And I'll show you how that's done. Okay, so getting out of the package, I've already opened this up here. I'm just going to slide it out. Ripped it already. That's okay. I'll put that there. And a box in a box. Inside a plastic case. So, I'm going to get the plastic off. We know how everybody likes that. Then we'll have a better look. So there's our first look. Nothing fancy, but it's got a nice soft place for your wrist to rest on it. Just a normal keyboard, numlock keys. But this is the important thing on this keyboard, right here. This is how you're going to know which computer you're controlling. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. Simple as that. And we're going to have our mouse. Again, from Logitech. Alright, so here's a look at our mouse, and again, you'll know which one you're controlling because these will light up to tell you 1, 2, or 3. Just in case you're wondering what computer you're working on. Just has your 2 buttons here, your scroll wheel, 1 here button, and you got 3 buttons on the side. That's it. So it's 8 buttons in total, as they describe it. We'll get into more of that later. Comes with a little tag here. Now what that is it's keeping your battery from being activated. So once you pull that tag out, you're good to go and you're live. Alright? So we're going to move on, have a better look here still. Okay, so you get your little instructions, basically tells you how to use everything, all your safety features, all that kind of good stuff. You know, they're obligatory things not to do or to do. You have your mouse, like I say. And inside the box has a diagram. Okay, it tells you that you can use it with Bluetooth and your unifying adapter, which is right here. So we're going to get that out. Okay. Doesn't look any different than most unifying adapters that you get. The only thing that's different is this little emblem. Okay, that's their logo telling you that it is a unifying device. And there's lots of mice out there and stuff that are going to have that same symbol. This one is orange. I guess that goes along with their scheme. And that's pretty much all that's in the box. There's nothing else except for this. And all this is your USB cable to charge your wireless keyboard. Okay, so let's go over some of the features of this. Works with Bluetooth, works with the unifying adapter. It's a Performance MK850 wireless keyboard and mouse combination. It has quiet, comfortable typing for hours, and yeah, it's not too bad. It has a contoured mouse with hyper-fast scroll wheel, so you can fly through your documents, web pages, and get more done. So, nothing too fancy. Now, here's what it tells you. You can switch between different devices. So you can start typing on your computer, switch and type on your tablet, or even your phone at the touch of an easy switch button, which I'm assuming is one of these three buttons, but we'll find that out. It says take multi-touch devices to a new level with Logitech Flow. Okay, so the mouse allows you to control up to 3 computers and even copy and paste text, images, and files between the different computers. Okay, your mouse has a 24-month battery life. It is right hand sculpted with a rubber grip. Okay, it has your back, forward buttons, navigation button. Again, uses 2.4 gigahertz. Logitech unifying USB receiver or Bluetooth. Again, it has an on and off switch and tells you the battery status. So things you're going to need. You're going to need a USB port, Windows 10 or later, or Windows 8 or Windows 7. It'll take Mac OS times 10 or 12 and Chrome OS. Bluetooth uses low entry technology, Windows 10 or later, or Windows 8. It'll use Mac OS 10 or 12, iOS 5 or later, Chrome OS, and Android 5.0 or later. So, has what you need is here. It just goes on and on, tells you all this stuff. But I'm going to show you that anyway, so don't worry about that too much. We're going to lay that here, and we're going to get more into this. So something else I want to show you is that you have batteries in here as well. And this is the little tab. You pull that out, and then your batteries are active. Okay, just so you know, here's your legs. Got nice little rubberized ends on them, which is kind of nice. Has a little rubber on them to keep them in place so it doesn't slide around. So, here we go. Again, our mouse, our unifying receiver, and our charge cord. Just like that. So something I want to point out is when you pull that little tab out, first make sure you go in here, okay, push up on this, and then pull the tab. Otherwise you're going to have this and this all fall off. Ask me how I know. Trust me, I just did that the wrong way. And so when you put it in, put it from the top, and it snaps back in place, and voila. Now, you can see on here, the one is flashing, and the one is flashing on here. Okay, that just tells you that the battery is active, ready to go. So, where is the on-off switch? Well, let's have a look. There's your on switch right here, on and off. Same thing with our mouse. On switch is right here. Obviously green means on and red means off. Just so if you take that tag out and you don't notice it, you don't want to drain your batteries right away. Now it's up to us to install a software. Okay, so here's the software. You just go to logitech.com. Okay, go to your products and look for your options. That's where you're going to go. But before we go there, I just wanted to show you the Logitech Flow. So here's his all systems flow. All right, cross computer control for Mac or Windows, and even up to your phone. Seamless file sharing, and it walks you through all the steps to downloading it. So this is just a flow overview just to show you this, but you want to actually go to options. Okay, so once you've done that, now my suggestion, if you're putting it on multiple computers, download it, copy it to a USB drive. Okay, then you can just quickly put it to each drive. You don't have to search for it again, and you can install it from that. And that's how I'll show you, once I show you where to locate it. I'll have a link in the description, but I'll also show you here. So when you're on Logitech, okay, products, you got support, and you got downloads. Okay, so you go to downloads. It'll take a second. And you want keyboards.
Bluetooth or wireless keyboards. And you're going to look for yours, which is right here. And you're going to go again down to downloads. I know it's convoluted. That's why the link in the description is better. But basically, once you get here, here's your downloads. This is your Logitech options. This is your download button. Click that. It'll download. And it tells you here if you're a Mac user, go here so you can make sure which version you need. If you have to update firmware, you can update it right here. So this is what it's going to look like when it downloads, options. And then you're just going to double click it to start the installation.
Okay, so we're going to start the installation. So basically I just double clicked the file we downloaded. This is where it comes up. It says welcome to Logitech options, and click install if you agree to the terms. If you don't, then it's not going to install. So click to install Logitech options. Now here's where you can choose to share your analytic data, or no, I'm going to say no thanks. It's totally up to you. Okay, so it says log in to back up your settings to the cloud. By logging in, you can back up your settings to cloud and stay up to date with product information. Log in or create an account. Well, okay, I guess we'll have to. I'm going to log in because I think I already have an account, so I'm just going to click on this. Okay, so once you've logged into your account, you're going to get this screen. Okay, so you can swap your left and right buttons if you want. You can restore defaults if you had anything set up. You can go point and scroll to learn about all your different mouse functions and flow. Okay, so after playing around with the software here a little bit and installing the software on each computer, it seems like if you are going to add a unifying device, basically you have to have more of those adapters. So you have to have from maybe previous mice or something like that. So you can do it that way, like one USB into each separate computer, so you have 3 different ones, and the mouse and the keyboard will still recognize it. So what I'm going to try instead of that is the Bluetooth. Actually, what I'm going to try first is I'm going to try, just because I have the USB dongles already sitting around, I'm going to do the add unifying device. Then I'm going to do, if that doesn't work, then we're going to do the add Bluetooth device, just so you get the whole picture of both ways. Okay, so here's the deal. I installed the software, Logitech options, on each individual computer. What I was missing was a key ingredient. The add devices on the left hand side of the screen we had before, and then it will automatically pair. So you can see on the screen here, right now, it says now discoverable Thermaltake H15. Alright, so that's in there. That was my number 3 computer, my number 1, my number 2. They're all connected now, but can I get them to work with each other? Yes. But it's a little bit easier than I actually thought once you've installed the software. So we don't need any of this. I'm going to shut it down and show you something kind of unique. Okay, so after spending many hours, to be honest, trying to figure out how to connect this one keyboard and mouse to several computers, I finally figured out, forget the unifying device. Obviously it doesn't work very well, or there's just something I'm doing wrong. So when you're setting it up for the first time, on the left hand side it says set up a unifying device. I tried that. I didn't have a whole lot of luck with it, and it seemed like you had to have extra of the unifying device adapters. So I decided that wasn't going to work for me. I went to this side here where it says add Bluetooth devices, and I did the setup from there. I did add Bluetooth device, and when you do it, you have to hold the white button on the keyboard, for example, the number 1, hold it down till you see it start flashing. Alright? click your add Bluetooth devices. It's going to go in, it's going to show you, well here, let me just try and do it. Now, on your actual keyboard, the one that you want to have it connect to, hold down the button for the computer you're trying to connect. Hold it down until the button flashes, and then let go. Then go up here, click Add Bluetooth Devices, Mice and Keyboards, and it's going to find it. So you see it found it right here. As soon as it finds it, click it. Now it says type that number. And I had to hit enter for it to recognize it. Now it's added my keyboard to this computer. And I'm going to do the exact same thing with the mouse. Hold the button down till you get the one that you want. So if it's computer 1, go to computer 1. Hold it down until you see it start flashing, which means it's in pairing mode for the Bluetooth. When it shows up on your screen, so you're going to have to go up here, click Add Bluetooth Device. It's going to then start searching for doing the pairing back and forth. It's going to find it. When you see it, you click on the mouse at that point in time, and it'll say connecting, and it'll set it up, and you're good to go. Make sure you do that for all 3 computers. On top of that, make sure you install the Logitech options on all 3 computers. Okay, so it took me a while. What I had to do is I had to pair 2 of the computers. The other computer did not have Bluetooth. So what I did in that case is I used the unifying receiver into that computer, and I also used the Bluetooth adapter I had to put it in. Now the receiver was just so the mouse would work. I had to have a different mouse. Once the Bluetooth was activated, then all 3 computers had Bluetooth. I installed it with Bluetooth only. Once it was all activated, now it works. So right now we're going to switch to the first computer. The only thing you have to do, okay, so you just have to take your mouse, push the button here till it hits 1. You know, flick twice, and now you can see the mouse is working. Alright? So, put your computer again on my switch to 2, which is the problem child I had. Switch my device to 2. It's working, and same thing with 3. And again, push the button on your mouse, hit 3, and it should be working. And there you go. There's a slight delay, but it works. Now, the thing to remember is that as you switch each one, you have to switch the button on here, and you just have to tap the button on your keyboard to make sure that keyboard is recognizing that it's working on there. So in this case, we're on 3, hit the 3, go down here, and just hit something in. Now you know it's working. Alright, so, big problem there, and this took me a long time, because I tried doing it with the unifying receivers. It didn't work. It didn't work at all. So basically I had to have a second mouse to set up all the Bluetooth. Once I had it set up and it was recognizing the new mouse from Logitech, along with the keyboard, everything was fine. So first, activate your Bluetooth, click on the device that shows up, hold the button here for 3 seconds, the light will flash, and then it's going to show up on your screen. Click on it, and you're good to go. So, a bit of trial and error, but basically, Bluetooth, if you don't have Bluetooth, you can use the unifying receiver. Once that's all done, now you can see everything is working perfectly. It was a long struggle to figure this out. You know, if you have any questions at all, let me know, and I will give you how I did it as best I can, laid out, so that you can see it. So if you like this video, hit that like. If you don't, you know what to do. If you're new here, hit that subscribe so you can help me out by growing my numbers, my channel. Donate if you want to, not required. Check out those affiliate links. If you feel inclined, you don't have to, but it just helps me out a little bit. That's this week's video. Thanks for dropping by. Have a good one.